Advisory Council, in partnership with the Kenya Space Agency and other stakeholders, all collaborating organizations, to welcome all the young people here, and especially for the Space Generation Workshop. Let us spend these 2 days building partnerships, sharing the knowledge that we get, and making the commitments that will accelerate Africa's space development. Asanteni sana, and let the work begin.
All right. Thank you very much, David Kasibante from Space Generation Advisory Council. We appreciate you and the representation of young people in this ecosystem. Up next.
Wonderful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've taken keen interest in our theme of the day. It is unlocking the value of space technologies for economic transformation. But before we actually utilize these space technologies, there are those resources that we do actually require. And the lady that I'm about to bring out here today to speak to you, she now maps out these resources. She is representing the Director General for the Regional Center for Mapping of Resource for Development. I'd like you, ladies and gentlemen, to assist me in welcoming Madam Penina Njogu onto the stage.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Penina Njogu. I work with the Regional Center for Mapping of Resources for Development, RCMRD, and I'm here on behalf of our Director General, who really wished to be here to support this initiative, but he could not be with us today. So I would like to speak briefly about RCMRD for those that are not familiar with the organization. RCMRD is an intergovernmental organization with 20 contracting member states in the East and South African region. And this year, RCMRD celebrated its 50th anniversary. And that is 50 years since its establishment in 1975. And these are 50 years of actively supporting the space sector and Earth observation sector through offering geo-information, mapping, capacity building, and advisory services to member states and beyond. And I would really like to say that this milestone could not have been achieved without the support from our partners, including the Kenya Space Agency. We have had so much collaboration from our partners, including Digital Earth Africa. We have collaborated in capacity building activities. We have collaborated with ESRI on the Africa Geoportal. We have collaborated with the European Space Agency, the EO Africa Dunia Service. We did host a hackathon last year on mapping sustainable development in Africa. And we did engage the youth to be able to build sustainable solutions towards our urban development. So we are really grateful to see this kind of forum that can be able to bring together all the partners from the academia, the government agencies, private sector, to be able to begin the conversation on how to really be able to co-design and co-develop solutions that are addressed towards Africa's development challenges. So I would like to speak briefly about the Group on Earth Observations. So for those that don't know GEO, or the Group on Earth Observation, it is an international partnership that is really committed to enhancing the access and availability of Earth observation data. And so through this initiative, there has been establishment of 4 regional GEOs, and one of them is AfriGeo, or the Africa Group on Earth Observation. We have AmeriGeo for the American community, EuroGeo for Europe, and AOGeo for Asia and Oceanic countries. So RCMRD has been hosting the AfriGeo Secretariat since the year 2019. So this is 6 years of being able to champion for Earth observation and space sector initiatives and support in the African ecosystem, engaging with regional economic communities, development partners, and implementing regional and continental initiatives such as GMES and Africa, and really being able to bring together partners to be able to chart the way forward in being able to support Africa's development challenges. So speaking from GEO's perspective, I think one of the major challenges that we've been facing is fragmentation of Earth observation efforts. Looking at so many actors are producing data and information, but one of the challenges is that the actors are working independently, and I understand that there has been a lot of effort that has been put towards bringing together these actors to be able to work together. But what we are saying is that GEO is very committed to bridging the gap, talking about issues of collaboration, promotion of data sharing across nations, and seeing how we can coordinate and harmonize these efforts in Africa to be able to speak in one voice. So Kenya's leadership in the space sector has been quite exemplary. And I would like to mention that through the support of the Kenya Space Agency and the government of Kenya, we did have Kenya being nominated as the 4th member to the GEO Executive Committee. This is the body that is in charge with GEO's, providing GEO's strategic direction. And this milestone, having Kenya being nominated as the 4th member alongside South Africa, Senegal, and Nigeria, this is, we see it as a strategic platform where these 4 countries can be able to champion for Africa's involvement and a representation of regional priorities and amplifying of African voices. So RCMRD and AfriGeo is really committed to assisting Kenya, all African countries, and our development partners in transforming Earth observation insights into economic and in solutions that support economic and social benefits. So thank you so much. We are ready for collaboration, and we are very open to discuss. If you feel that you have some area that you feel that we could collaborate, either be on engagement of the youth, issues of climate resilience, disaster response, looking at the issues of health, and even joining one of our communities of practice so that we can be able to ensure sustainability and make sure that this conversation does not end here, and that we can be able to continue on charting the way forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Penina Njogu, for that address. Now, wow, been seated for a minute. Dave, we have one quick announcement that we need to make before we go back to pitching. So for our innovators, we are coming to psychologically start preparing, okay? After this announcement.
All right, so I'm being informed the SGAC members, you can proceed back upstairs where you were previously for your program to actually continue. And now, ladies and gentlemen, slight change of the program. We're going to go back into the pitching sessions. Remember, we were remaining with 5 more pitches. So I encourage our young innovators to be standby and ready to do their presentations, but I would also like to urge the judges that were here before. I can see Agnes, I can see Norfal. I'd encourage Mr. Kenneth from Digital Art Africa to come to the middle table over here, where our judges will be sitting. Also, Charlene in the building. Charlene. All right, can somebody just get to her right now? Because we're about to continue.
Okay.
All right.
Even as we get our judges, I know some of you are judging them. Where are the judges? Yeah, but they should be here. Even as we have the SGSC team leaving, quite a sizable number of young people in the ecosystem. Just to remind you, we have 5 more people to go. That is 5 innovations. And at this particular moment, innovation number 6. Dave, this is FarmIT Enterprise. And we have quite an interesting name there, because I know Alan, the second one is?
It has an apostrophe, so
it can go either way.
Exactly. Is it Corredo?
Corredo.
Hope we're pronouncing that right.
Okay.
And I think it's FarmIT.
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 FarmIT. But you can as well farm it.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Alan. Kindly appreciate Alan as he comes to do his speech. The next 5 or so minutes. The floor is yours. You need the clicker. It's right there. Enjoy.
Thank you. I know maybe our energy levels have dropped down, but you will bear with me for a while. So, to our distinguished judges, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my presentation. My name is Alan Corredo. I'm the founder and CEO of FarmIT, and it is my great honor to share with you how FarmIT is using Earth observation tools to better the lives of smallholder farmers here in Kenya. For the past 10 years as an agronomist, I have had the privilege of working side by side with smallholder farmers in their fields. And in that journey, one truth has stood out, that our smallholder farmers contribute greatly to our nation's food security and economic independence. Did you know that 80% of the food we consume locally has been produced by smallholder farmers? Great news, right? Imagine the maize in your ugali. Imagine the vegetables in your table. Just imagine. All grown and produced by the hard-working hands of our smallholder farmers. However, their yields have been declining year after year. Meet Leah here, a farmer that I've met. Leah tells me that rains no longer come when they should. Drought lasts longer. And when the rains finally arrive, they flood her field instead of feeding her crop. New pests and diseases are invading her farm. She doesn't know how to identify them or even treat them. Without access to the right knowledge, she guesses. She misuses inputs like fertilizer and water, leading to low productivity and environmental pollution. And after all this, she's still forced to sell her produce through middlemen at poor and exploitative prices. She's not alone. According to a report published by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics in 2019, they found out that 80% of our smallholder farmers face limited access to best agricultural practices and limited access to reliable markets. These are not just agricultural problems. They are interconnected, systemic, and deeply human. But where there's a challenge, there's an opportunity. And where there's an opportunity, there is hope. So FarmIT listened to farmers like Leah, and we developed an all-in-one platform that provides smallholder vegetable farmers with precision advisory services and direct market linkages. With our solution, farmers have the opportunity to reduce waste, improve productivity, and unlock fair and traceable markets. So, if you allow me, let me demonstrate how our system works. Okay. I hope it will run. Technical team. So will you stop my time? Or I just have to continue and continue? Yeah, this is one of the problems that most tech people are always afraid of. Trying to demo and then you have a system glitch. But, is it ready? Tereng. All right. With just a few, when farmer reaches in our platform, it takes her directly into farm map. With just a few taps and knowledge of her own land, she's able to draw and save her farm boundaries, including crop, planting, and harvesting dates. When she clicks on analytics, she's able to get soil chemical analytics, soil physical, and soil micronutrient analytics about specific sections of her farm. She's able to get vegetation analytics, and on top of that, a highly localized weather forecast updated hourly and up to 15 days ahead. Now, this data might be a bit overwhelming for an ordinary farmer. So we use AI to process all that data and interpret it into a simple to understand information. We further translate it into local languages, both text and speech, for easy comprehension and quick decision making. Next, when a farmer wants to identify a pest or a disease, she will simply upload the image of the pest or of the affected crop. And our system uses early warning systems for pest and disease, combined with computer vision like YOLO and faster RCCN to accurately identify the pest and disease, recommend both organic and chemical solution, and it even goes further to recommend the nearby agrovests that are stocking the recommended products. Finally, in our system, when a farmer is at the harvesting stage, she will add the produce of a farm alongside with the farming methods. Buyers in our platform will view the produce and connect with the farmers directly, thereby enhancing market access. Thank you so much, technical team. So, where does all this innovation lead us to? To a massive opportunity. A multi-million-dollar agricultural market waiting to be transformed by technologies like FarmIT. Currently, Kenya has over 10 million smallholder farmers. 6 million are smallholder vegetable farmers. We are currently targeting 10% of this serviceable addressable market whose productivity, profitability, and prosperity we can directly impact. So we are working in 5 peri-urban counties that border Nairobi. All this will mean nothing without a clear path to profitability and sustainability. So we charge an annual subscription fee of $25 for the farmer and $50 for large-scale buyers who are in our platform. We have come a long way since our ideas began with farmers in the field. We have registered over 7,000 smallholder farmers. And as a result of using our platform, they have recorded 30% less in chemical usage, they have recorded 20% increase in yields, and 35% income growth. Beyond the numbers, what truly inspires me and maybe many of you is the impact these results are creating in the lives of our smallholder farmers and their community. For example, increase in income is lifting households out of poverty and giving them dignity of financial independence. Increase in yields ensures there is food availability and secures our nation's food security within our communities. We are trying to democratize access to satellite technology and just to make sure that satellite tools are not only accessible to large-scale farmers, but also to smallholder farmers. And the use of our climate-driven data advisory helps farmers to reduce pollution, build resilience, and also just strengthen them against drought, pest, and extreme weather. So FarmIT is not just a platform for farmers and buyers. It is a multi-sided system that interconnects and integrates all the entire agricultural value chain into one single connected system. We are not just building or creating data. We are building a tool of proprietary data set for hyper-localized Kenyan agricultural intelligence system that can be used for different ways. It can be used to do credit scoring with banks and financial institutions. It can be used to create ideal agricultural policies, and also it can be used with other NGOs for farmer development organizations. Our core design and use of accessibility gives us a last-mile execution advantage. If I may explain, our app can work on any basic smartphone feature, as long as it's any basic smartphone, and it also has an offline functionality in it, so farmers don't need to have bundles or internet or something. We also have an offline, we also have a multilingual feature in our app that ensures that all farmers, be it of different languages, are included and can adopt our systems, just to ensure that no farmer is being left behind. Creating impact directly in the fields. So our plan is, we have been having a back and forth, more of a co-creation with the entire agricultural stakeholders for the last 3 years. We have won several awards. We have been in partnership with different agricultural organizations. Just to mention a few, we have had partnerships with Meta, with the Alama 3 model. We are also in partnership with Google, with the now rough casting model that provides the radar technology to ensure that there is that localized rainfall precipitation analytics, which is very, very accurate within a 5 by 5 kilometer radius. We are doing a pilot with them in these 5 peri-urban counties. We have also partnered with 5 peri-urban counties, that is the Kajiado, Narok, Murang'a, Kirinyaga, and Kiambu County. We are planning to launch an API for different level of organizations that are interested in our system, and we are projecting in the year 6 to have over 100,000 farmers in our platform. Our ask is we are raising $300,000 to boost our sales and marketing effort, because we feel that most of the apps are not really known in the rural areas. So we want really to increase our sales and marketing efforts. We also want to increase our personnel and also do a bit of system upgrades. We are also open to mentorships, because we don't have mentors, and also just key strategic partners that can really help us scale our business. As I conclude, I want to invite you, ladies and gentlemen, to join me in this noble cause of transforming the lives of Leah and other smallholder farmers in Kenya and in Africa. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Alan, from FarmIT Enterprise. Over to you, judges, please.
Hi. Thank you for the presentation. Can you go back to the customer traction, validation and traction, please? So those 7,650, they are paying customers?
Yes, they are paying customers.
And that's after 3 years of operation?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. How much do they pay? What is the...
They pay $25 per year.
How much?
$25.
Per year?
Yes.
And for the buyers, you said $50 per year?
Yeah, so for the buyers, they pay $50. For the buyers, they pay $50 per year as well.
Okay. And the buyers, so the wholesalers who buy the produce from the farmers, what do you mean by the buyer when you say the buyer?
So we have large-scale buyers. We have categorized them into 5 different areas. So we have the agri-processing companies. We have, for the agri-processing companies, we have the agri-exporting companies. We have the schools. We have the hotels. And we have the normal restaurants. So, sorry, the retailers and the suppliers, like the supermarkets, for example. So we have categorized them into 5 areas. The reason why we are doing the categorizations is because of the market system that we have. The market system is some of our buyers, large-scale buyers, for example, are more concerned about traceability. So with our system, they can get that data about traceability, how the farmer has, for example, how the farmer has used chemicals, how the farmer has planted, the planting date and the harvesting date, just to give him an oversight of what really is happening around.
Okay, any other question from the judges? And even as we do so, Yassin Hamoud from GeoUp, get ready to present next.
Yes. Yes, on your slide about the scaling up, when you, I want to see the years. If there, so are you at year 1? Where are you at this stage? Year 3. Okay, thank you.
I wanted to ask where you have piloted, but I can see already you've mentioned the counties. But can you just repeat the counties that you have piloted with again? Okay.
So our pilots are in these 5 peri-urban counties that border Nairobi, because you know Nairobi is like our real market hub. These farmers have different characteristics, and that's why we actually were trying to choose them, just to give us an entire perspective of, if we use these farmers, then we're able to scale to the entire country with these specific farmers, because they represent different characteristics. So farmers in Kajiado, farmers in Nyandarua, in Muranga have different characteristics. Some are doing irrigation, some are relying solely on rain-fed farming. So we have to incorporate that in our pilot.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Let's give it up for Alan from FarmIT Enterprise. Up next, coming on stage, is Yassin Hamoud from GeoUp. Let's appreciate Yassin as he comes on stage. And even as you do come, our presenters, I encourage you to look at this gentleman who's seated with the judges. Most of the time, he's waving his phone telling you your time is up. So let us observe time. The shorter, the sweeter, the better. But for now, over to you, Yassin. Somebody can think you've piloted in the 5 counties too, but I think that is different. Please. Can we have his presentation up, please? All right. There you go.
Okay. Imagine a world where every drop of water matters, where drought is the new normal. You don't have to imagine it. We'll live it every day. I'm Yassin, founder of GeoUp, and today I will show you how we use data and space to rethink water. The world faces 4 big challenges: water scarcity, food insecurity, extreme climate, and poor governance. More than 2.3 billion people live in water-stressed regions, and 25 African countries already face high water stress, including, of course, Morocco, where water availability is only 600 cubic meters per capita per year, below the critical threshold of 1,000. Behind this macro crisis lies a very concrete problem. Institutions are blind. In the financial sector, banks and microfinance institutions still need to visit their clients in person to validate their data. These visits can cost up to $120 per expert per mission. Insurance companies struggle to validate claims after water-related risks. In many African countries, agricultural fraud and unjustified damage claims can reach 30%. In Africa, the process of obtaining permit to install well from water agencies can take a long time, up to 150 days. Despite these challenges, there is no integrated system to monitor, analyze, and govern water resources. In other words, institutions and end users lack a tool that ensures transparency, trust, and objective decision-making. So we need a satellite-based observatory that helps us understand more intelligently water resources and related